Good morning. I really am pleased to be here. Pleased to see all of you here. And I want to tell you a little bit about FIRST, what it is, how it happens. But first, I want to talk about me. When I was growing up, I was trying to decide what I wanted to be when I did grow up eventually. And realized pretty quickly as I was getting close to the end of high school that my trumpet playing capabilities, my tennis playing capabilities weren't going to allow me to make a living. So my mom said, engineers make money. So I became an engineer. So that's the first true confession. I am an engineer. Actually, that turned out to be a really good choice for me, because what it did is it allowed me to, first of all, make a career, make a family, come to Rochester, which, despite what people say about the town, was a good choice, and introduced me to this program called FIRST. And I will caution you that once you get involved with FIRST, it's addictive. You're going to want to do more and more and more. And if you don't listen to anything else I say after this point, I want you to walk out to the lobby, take a right, go to the next stage, and talk to the two young people over there with their robot. First of all, because they're out of school, and they should be in school. They need some people to talk to, and they will tell you far more than I can tell you in the next 3 or 4 minutes about FIRST. So, what is FIRST? FIRST is a program that Dean Cain started in 1989. Dean was concerned, Dean, by the way, you might recognize as the inventor of the Segway. But Dean was concerned that kids get excited about sports heroes, music, things like that, but not about science and technology. So what he wanted to do was find a way that he could inspire kids, young youth, to get involved in science and technology so they would be the science and technology leaders of the future. So how do you go about that? He got a bunch of his friends, pretty smart folks, people from MIT and other places. Woody Flowers was one of them, professor at MIT. And said, let's create a game where we'll have students build robots. And the robots will play the game. And the students will be excited about science and technology. And oh, by the way, let's do it in the gym. Let's throw in some rock music. Let's let them dress up in crazy costumes. And have the adults also dress up in those costumes and put on some crazy hair paint. And we'll have a party. That started in 1989 in Manchester, New Hampshire, with a few teams. One of them actually from here. And today, that formula has worked to the point where last year we touched 300,000 kids around the world, really. A lot of them here in the States, though. 300,000 students involved in FIRST, and over 100,000 teachers, mentors, parents, volunteers, also involved in FIRST. But we've got a lot more work to do, which is why I want you to go over there and see the people at the next stage. We started at high school level, and as many of you know, you grab the kids at high school level, that's too late. If you start in high school, way too late. You got to get them when they're really young. So now we have a family of programs that goes everywhere from elementary school through high school, where kids can get involved, do things, and learn about FIRST, learn about science and technology through FIRST. At the elementary school and middle school level, we actually had kids do projects based on themes. Last year's theme was food safety. This year's theme is senior solutions. The junior Lego League kids who are in elementary school basically just do a project. The first Lego League students will end up doing a project, which is probably the most important thing they do. And they'll also build a Lego robot that runs around on a table. Now, I can't take you to a competition, which is probably the best way to see this. If you want to see the Lego kids in action, go to the U of R on December 9th. They'll be there. They'll be competing in the championship for our region at the U of R. I can show you some images of what some of those kids look like having the fun while I describe the rest of the program. We don't start them this young. This is an image taken at the Junior FLL Expo at RIT last April. I don't think she's quite ready for FLL, but she will be soon. This image is the Hippie Pandas and one of our other junior FLL teams. They were involved in FIRST Lego League and actually won the championship and went on to St. Louis. So what happens at the high school level? At the high school level, we give the kids a bigger challenge. As you'll see next door, the high school robots are 125 to 150 pounds apiece. The game changes every year. On January 5th, the students from this region, as well as the other 2,400 teams around the world, will find out what our game for 2013 is going to be. They're going to pick up a kit of parts. By the way, the parts have no instructions, and just a kit of parts. They don't, it's not enough to build a robot. Some pieces they have to use, some pieces they don't use, some pieces they'll never use. Okay, that's part of the game. They'll get 6 weeks, which doesn't sound like a lot of time, and isn't a lot of time, to build a robot, get it ready for competition, test it out, and then put it in the bag, and then it goes on to the first competition, which for most of our teams will be RIT, and by the way, the date of that is March 1st. March 1st and 2nd at RIT Board and Field Test. It's free and open to the public, so I expect everyone here to be there. Basically, what we try to set up is a project that's like real life, what they'll experience should they become engineers. So they get a task that's too hard, a budget that's too small, and a timeline is too small. And for my 30 years at Kodak, that is about right. Basically, what we try to do is we try to build, try to make science and technology the focal point of what we do, because we really do want kids to get involved. We work them year round, so that we use the robots just to get them excited. We're really trying to get kids to understand what it means to be science and technologists so they can solve the problems of the future. They can be the ones that will help us overcome some of the barriers and some of the issues that we've got today. For people involved, whether it's the students, the mentors, the parents, the teachers, the volunteers, there's something in it for everybody. The greatest part of it, and the reason it sucks you in, is because you get to generate and create the next generation of STEM workforce that's going to lead communities like ours and others around the country, but I think ours in particular, to be competitive in the future in the global workplace. So with that, I'll invite you again out the back of the door over to where the Penfield Rolling Thunder robot is. They might let you take a whack at the controls. It's going to be throwing basketballs, which was our game last year. And come see us on January 5th, and I'll let you know what the game will be for this year. Thanks very much.